Shopping for SUVs? Dublin Chevrolet will save you money.
Drive the new 2020 Chevy Traverse for as low as $31,599.
Call, click, or come see us. Dublin Chevrolet, the only dealer you will ever need.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real Talk here on TV 35. I'm your host, Pat Brock, and we've got some gorgeous gals here in the studio with us. It's the Miss Black Dublin Scholarship Pageant that is about to take place. Yes. And we've got the lady herself with us, Miss Brenda Smith. How are you, Brenda?
I am doing well today.
Good to see you, and so glad to have you up and going.
Thank you. It's good to be able to be out one more time.
One more time. And you know, Brenda, this is like your baby here. This is something that you love. When this time comes around, you are on it.
I am. We really hit every school to try to get the best contestants. Mm-hmm. And this year, I think we excelled our expectations.
This is exciting. So you've got young ladies from Dublin, East Lawrence, and West Lawrence represented in this pageant. That's yes. Great. Mm-hmm. Now, last year, tell us about how last year went for you and what you're doing differently to make this even better for these young ladies.
Well, last year, our queen, Jaleesa McCrae, mm-hmm. yes, won the Miss Black Georgia.
Oh, wow. She's fantastic.
Yes, she is. And because of that, she got an opportunity to compete for nationals. Yes, and that was just awesome. She was just awesome.
You know, for some of these young ladies to get this opportunity, this is their first time in pageants, others, they've been doing it for quite some time, but just to have the opportunity and how you work with these young ladies to pull the best out of them. Yes. And now tell us about the young ladies you have now.
I love them. Simply, I do. I think I knew only two mm-hmm. of them before the pageant, but we spent about 6 weeks every weekend with them. So we have an opportunity to see the good, mm-hmm. the bad, the tired, right. the happy, yes. the sad. We get an opportunity to see them as whole entire people.
And you know, that's what this pageant does. It pulls out every emotion you could possibly think of, because I think it stretches these young ladies even past their own limits that they know of.
Yes, it does.
And so this big event is on this Saturday, September the 21st at 5 p.m.
It is.
At the Dublin High School Auditorium. Now, we want to know how people can get tickets.
We have tickets. Tickets are available at the Dublin Housing Authority, mm-hmm. and certain members of the Black Festival Committee also have tickets.
Wonderful. And tickets are how much?
They are $10 in advance, $12 at the door.
And you know, Ms. Brenda, when you do an after-action review from the beginning, when you meet the girls, working with them, and then when that curtain closes, what have you seen change from these young ladies from when you first meet them and then at the end?
I think the greatest change is their level of self-confidence. A lot of them have the fear of the unknown. Right. And I think by completing this journey, they realize that they are new in a lot of areas. Mm-hmm. We have, for instance, Summer Loveless competed for the first time last year mm-hmm. as a freshman. It did not go very well at all for Summer. Mm-hmm. But this summer, when I saw her, she said, "Miss Brenda, I'm coming back." Wow. And from what I have seen so far, she has put her whole complete self into getting it right.
And that's wonderful to even want to come back. Yes. And so what that does, I mean, even in the loss, even when it's a difficult thing, they're learning to still keep pushing, to keep going.
Right. Mm-hmm. They are. I'm very proud of each and every one of them.
And your daughter, of course, is helping this year as well?
Yes, she is. I would not be here without her.
And, you know, Miss Brenda, you know, we want to make sure that we steer clear of the fact of thinking that pageants are just for girls, just these pretty girls, and it's all about how they look. what message you want to give to the people out there of Dublin Lawrence County to really understand the meaning of being in these pageants and what that does for these young ladies?
Pageantry is much more than the outside. Pageantry develops the person that you are in the inside.
Yes.
And it enables you to go beyond your comfort zone. It provides opportunities to establish a platform for themselves and for others. And there is always someone watching.
Always someone watching. And some of these girls are athletes, they're musicians, they're artists, and they're going to be now in this pageant on stage. So it's a whole different arena for them.
It is. It is.
And so we're excited about this. We're excited. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is on September the 21st, on Saturday at 5 p.m. at Dublin High School Auditorium. And we're getting ready to meet these young ladies. Anything you want to add, Brenda, for the people to know and understand about this pageant?
One thing that we would like to do is to increase our attendance. Everyone needs to come and support, not just mama, daddy, but neighbor, those who do not know the girls. They need to come and support these young ladies because for many of them, this is a first in their lives.
Yes.
And we want it to be one of the best firsts that they will ever encounter.
Absolutely. And tell them about the scholarship.
Last year, I am so excited. Last year, we awarded over $5,000 in scholarships. And this year, we picked up a major sponsor in the city of Dublin, Georgia. So and that is the city of Dublin, Georgia, with Mayor Phil Best.
Fantastic.
So I am very excited about that.
We are too. We are too. So thank you so much for all you do for these young women, for the people here of Dublin Lawrence County, how you continue to pour yourself out so that we can be filled.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Brenda Smith.
We're still the one. Century 21 Durden Cornegay is still the #1 realty company in Dublin and Lawrence County. And we want to recognize all those who've made us #1, our customers. If you're buying or selling land, commercial property, or residential property, or if you're looking for investment property, there's only one name you need to know: Century 21 Durden Cornegay. For more information, log on to c21dublin.com. Call us at 272-1535 or stop by our location at 1700 Veterans Boulevard in Dublin. Century 21 Durden Cornegay. Broker George Durden. Still the one.
We're still having fun, and we're still the one.
You've got miles and miles of grass to mow. So you're going to need a machine built to perform. Day in and day out. Season after season. You're going to need a Gravely. Built to mow the distance.
Now at Myers Equipment and Supplies in Dublin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for you to meet these fabulous young ladies and let them tell you all about themselves. First one up, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Well, congratulations, first of all, for being a part of this.
Thank you.
All right, now, are you ready to share with us all about you?
I am.
Go for it.
My name is Dominic Ashley. I attend West Lawrence High School, where I'm in the 11th grade. I am the only daughter of Andrea and Anthony Ashley, and I attend many different clubs at my school. And I'm also on the Sapphires dance team.
So you're a dancer. Fantastic. And now I bet your parents are so proud of you.
They are.
Tell us about some of those clubs you're involved in.
I'm in Anchor Club, FBLA, Skills, and I just joined the Spanish Honor Society.
Wonderful. So a lot of these clubs are definitely teaching you leadership skills and definitely how to work with others.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is this your first pageant?
It's not.
Tell us about the other one.
My first pageant, I was about 6 or 7, and that was the Crimson and Cream pageant.
Oh my gosh. This is a little different now.
Yes, ma'am.
As I'm talking to you, you're my little cousin, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. I love this self-discovery. And now listen, Miss Ashley, here it is. You're about to do this pageant. You've been working really hard. What are some of the things that you're kind of a little bit nervous about when it comes to something like this?
I would say I'm most nervous about the talent part of the pageant. Probably because I have never performed in a pageant before.
Oh my gosh. So what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be doing a contemporary / a lyrical dance.
But that's what you do.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
That is what you do. And so for you, just be confident in that, because that is what you already do as a Sapphire. I bet you dance at home a lot.
I do.
You know, and so now here it is, a different audience. In the preparation of this, Miss Brenda, she really gets on you girls about certain things. She wants to make sure that you're operating out of a spirit of excellence.
Yes.
Why did you want to come and do this?
I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and start doing more pageants just to expose myself more to the community.
Very good. And you know, we were talking about earlier about wanting to make sure people know that being a pageant girl is not just about what you look like.
Yes.
How can you break that stereotype?
I would say that all girls are new teens and stuff. Just being pretty doesn't mean anything about being in a pageant. It's your inner self. Like, don't hide behind any closet or anything. Don't be scared of what people will think of you. Just come out and be you.
I love it. I love the you in you. We're excited about it for you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you soon.
All right.
Love you, baby. Come on in. Summer Loveless, bring it on in. One of my former middle school drama girls. How are you, Summer?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing very well. Come on in. So you know, we want to hear again from you about you, because I know you've done a lot of things differently and later since you were in the pageant last year.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about it.
Okay, this year I am way more prepared.
Yeah.
I have stepped up and I've tried new things. Now with this pageant last year, my talent, I was so scared to actually go on stage. Now it was new for me, and the fact that it was a new pageant and a new thing, I was terrified.
Right.
And you can see it. So this year, I want to show them that I am not who I am last year, that I have evolved in myself, and that it only gets better from here.
And you know, Summer, this shows an evolution of you already. The fact that you kind of picked yourself up, dusted yourself off, and said, Miss Brenda, I'm going to do this again.
Yes, ma'am. Failure is not an option.
It is not an option.
I would never choose to just stop.
I love that. And tell us all about your family, some things you're involved in, please.
I am the daughter of Jimmy and Priscilla Loveless. I am involved in student council. I am a new member of Lawrence Youth Leadership.
That's wonderful.
I am involved in dancing, but I am a singer now. I'm trying to get more, let's say, matured in my voice. So I want to make my performing skills better.
I love that, Summer. And tell them where you go to school.
I go to Dublin High School. I am a sophomore there.
Very nice.
Although it's my second year, I do plan on graduating early so I can get a head start on my college career.
I love that, Summer. I love that. And so for your talent portion, you're very gifted in a lot of areas.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what talent are you going to display this time?
I actually chose to sing because I want to try singing on a new aspect
Right.
in a new area and get out of my comfort zone a little bit.
And I already know you're an artist as well.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're a rapper.
Yes,
Do they
ma'am.
know all this about you?
They don't.
Well, we're excited for you. And Summer, really, you're a testament. You're a testament to young people out there who struggle or have had a struggle, and some decide to just quit, but not you. You are definitely showing a strength. You're showing that maturity that has taken place and transpired in you, and that's something that so many of us need. So give a word of encouragement to a young lady out there, a young boy out there who may have failed, who may have done something that wasn't their best. Give them a word to encourage them to keep going.
I encourage you all to continue the path you are following. No matter what you decide to do, be your best self at all times.
I love it. Keep doing and being your best self.
Thank you. Ms.
Thank
Pat.
you, sweetheart. So proud of you. Summer Loveless. Come on in, young. Oh, look at this one right here. Hey, sweetheart, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Now, you know we've done this many, many times.
Yes, ma'am.
And I always light up because the fact that you are my classmate's daughter.
Yes,
that
ma'am.
makes it even more special. Share with us about you and some things you've been doing and things that have transpired with you this past year.
My name is Taylor Manor. I'm 17 years old, and I attend Dublin High School as an International Baccalaureate senior. I'm the daughter of Dr. Nelson and Mrs. Deborah Manor, and I'm very active in school and community. I'm a part of the Dublin Lawrence Teen Court as an attorney. I'm a part of the Citizens Bank Student Advisory Council. I am the captain of the tennis team, the first chair and flute. I dance, I do lyrical at Dance Art Studio, and I'm a lyrical instructor as well.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm part of the National Society of Honors, the Youth NAACP as a secretary, and the president of the Beta Club.
Taylor, and now you're adding one more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
That is fantastic. Of course, I know your family, and I know how heavily involved you all are and how active you are. Now, why a pageant?
I wanted to gain exposure in the pageant world, and my sister did the pageant 2 years prior, and she had such a wonderful experience, so I wanted to venture out and try something new.
And here you are, following in your big sister's footsteps. How has it been for you? I mean, was it everything that you thought it would be as far as getting prepared and getting ready for the big day?
I didn't think it was this, like, demanding, but obviously it is.
You're learning. It is demanding.
Yes, ma'am, and it's really fun. I thought I wouldn't have fun because this really isn't the type of thing that I wanted to do, but I'm actually having a lot of fun doing it.
That is good, and hopefully you're building lasting relationships. As I look at these young ladies here, some you do go to school with and some you don't. How has that been for you, that team building and that bonding that's so important for us young ladies?
I think that's my favorite aspect of the pageant, is getting to know new people. I've had so much fun getting to know all of them.
This is wonderful, and hopefully after this is over, you'll even gain more knowledge and more understanding of how important it is and how serious the pageantry world is.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now tell us about your talent.
For my talent, I was deciding on whether I wanted to dance or play my instrument, but I decided to play my instrument as a tribute to the 4 girls that died in the church bombing in Alabama, because September 15th marked the 56th year that happened.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am. And they missed out on the opportunity to do something like this because of the tragedy. So.
And you know, I read the story about these young ladies, and I also, like the writer was one of the family members, and just to know the background and know why you're playing it, that's going to be a very emotional piece.
Yes, ma'am.
That's going to really grasp the audience by the heartstrings.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any other words you'd like to give to the people of Dublin, Lawrence County?
To all the young girls or young people, period, just be confident in who you are and always live your best life. Remember that greatness isn't something you become, it's already instilled inside of you. And you just have to step out and show the world how great you are.
I love it. Thank you, baby. So proud of you. Lord have mercy. Y'all trying to get Miss Pat all worked up over here. Just to be able to listen to these young ladies and some of them knowing them in middle school, like this one, and then to see how they have grown and just to hear the wisdom that's coming from them, it's pretty special. Hey, sweetheart, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. You know, I had a crook in my neck looking up. Now I'm, pretty cool.
Yes,
Talk to us.
My name is Layla Martin. I am the 3rd and last child of Sarita and Randy Martin. I am a sophomore at Dublin High School. I am co-captain of the dance team, and I attend Williams Chapel Baptist Church. And I do a lot of volunteer work in my community. I have choreographed dance routines for Miss Daphne Howard's DDDS dance team. They perform during the basketball halftime games. And I also work with the girls with the Dublin Housing Authority and kind of helping them step out of their comfort zone and just teaching them, routines and helping them to express themselves.
I'm loving this so much, Layla.
Yes, ma'am.
I remember you in what grade? 6th grade?
Yes, ma'am.
You were choreographing then, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
That was the best of times, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
How have you seen yourself mature and grow as a young lady to be the person that you are now?
Basically, I know who I am, and I took my passion, like dancing, and I've just stepped out of my comfort zone. I've started dancing in bigger crowds. Like, I will be performing a lyrical inspirational routine this weekend at the pageant.
This is fantastic. Now, I remember you in the 6th grade of how you were and the things that you were doing, and now to see that progress and blossom into where you are now, this is wonderful. Now, have you been in pageants before, or is this your first one?
I've been competing in pageants since I was 4 years old, actually.
Wow. And here you are now. You're not 4 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know, a lot of times people say things about people competing at that age. Do you remember much about that when you were younger?
I don't. My mother really, she told me that I just went out there and smiled, and I didn't really do much.
Right.
But I actually placed my very first pageant.
Look at that. And now here you are. Now, Miss Brenda really works hard with you girls. And, you know, Taylor was talking about how, you know, how demanding it could be. Have you picked that up? Has that been a part of what you're feeling as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And, you know, and it's important, too, that people realize the behind-the-scene work that goes into these young ladies being on that stage and doing the things that they do. You have choreographed group routine. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are the other areas?
You have talent, and you also have to do an interview with the judges so they could get to know you. And you have your career wear, is where you show off what you would like to be when you grow up. And you have also the formal wear, is when you get to get pretty and stuff. And then the questions at the end is also where you get to express yourself.
Wonderful. And so here it is here. You all at this level, you're going to be doing so many different categories, and so you have to be very prepared.
Yes.
Well, this here helps prepare you, don't you think?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. It's so nice to see you. I'm so proud of the young woman that you've become.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is Layla, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back, and we'll talk with the rest of the young ladies for the Miss Black Dublin Scholarship Pageant.
First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business needs, we're a full-service bank big enough to handle all of your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future? That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter, member FDIC.
When you want convenience, you want Neighbors Express, where you'll always find friendly, courteous service every time you visit us. Fill up with Pay at the Pump. Take advantage of our bigger and better selection of beverages and tobacco products. Enjoy our popular crushed ice with your favorite fountain drink. And you can always enjoy a fresh hot breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So stop by and see us today, where it's always convenient and friendly. Neighbors Express, locations at I-16 at 441 and in Cedar Grove, where we provide farm fuel for all our customers. When you want convenience, you want Neighbors Express.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, and I tell you, it has been so wonderful having these young ladies in the studio with us. I mean, just to hear how they have grown, the growth that has taken place, and just the maturity of their conversations, and it's just been fantastic. We got another beauty with us. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing very well. Now, listen, you've heard how these conversations have gone forth.
Yes, ma'am.
And now it is your turn, darling. The floor is yours.
I go to school at West Lawrence High School. My name is Tiana Moon. I'm the daughter of John and Latrice Kellum. I'm on color guard. I'm in band. I sing. I have done pageants before. I placed 3 times in Miss Emerald City. And this is my first time doing this pageant, and the experience so far has been great. It had me stepping out of my comfort zone a whole lot.
A whole lot.
Yes.
Now, how are you doing right now with this interview?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
And see, this is the thing. Come on. This is the thing right here. I mean, you've been doing pageants, and you're involved in things at school.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're used to being in front of a crowd.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you've been doing pageants.
Yes, ma'am.
And now here it is. Is there anything different about this pageant, the reason why you wanted to be a part of it?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about it.
It taught me a lot of great leadership, stepping out my comfort zone, because most pageants I've been in, it's just been formal wear and crowning. But this, it taught me how to be a leader, how to build up my self-esteem and my self-confidence.
That's good. And that's something that we really want to make sure that that's promoted about what this does for you girls, or what it's teaching you. And now we talked about the relationship building. How's it been for you meeting girls from out of your schools, some that you don't know? How's that been for you?
It's been great. It's been really good building like a sisterhood with everybody.
And Miss Brenda and her daughter, they've been this dynamic duo for quite some time. You see the method to their madness?
Yes. They work good together.
They work great together. And you can tell the fact that they really care about not just the institution of what a pageant is, but what it does for you. Because, you know, coming from that pageant world themselves, and now here they are being in the positions that they are. What things have you learned the most?
To be yourself. Just stay true to who you are. Don't be afraid to step out and do new things.
And here you are. You're doing this pageant.
Yes, ma'am.
And so tell us what talent again?
Singing.
You're going to be singing.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how long have you been a singer?
I really hid it from my parents that I could sing. And one day, my cousin in church, she heard me sing, and she was like, "Oh, I'm finna go tell.
Get out of here."
Yes.
How do you hide the fact that you can sing from your parents? Oh, I get it, not singing.
Yes.
And now here you are. So we're so excited for you. And for you, young lady, were you involved in certain things? You've been doing pageants you've done other pageants?
Yes, ma'am.
What words of encouragement do you want to give to someone out there? Because there's some young ladies out there that have a difficult time stepping outside of their comfort zone. They have a hard time with that shyness and being able to project and be able to be on stage and be judged. What words of comfort or wisdom would you like to give them?
Don't be afraid to step out and just do new things. Be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. Just do you. Just remember where you come from, because you come from greatness.
There it is. Keep doing it, girl, and just do you, boo. You did it. Very good. Thank you, darling. I love that. Look at this one right here. Come here. Let me squeeze you. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Doing well. Now, listen. You and I, we know each other. That's right. That's right. You share with them about you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Well, my name is Micaiah Smith. I am the daughter of Eddie and Giovanna Smith. I attend East Lawrence High School, where I'm a junior. I'm a member of FBLA, Beta, and I'm also a cheerleader at East Lawrence.
And also, let me tell you, Micaiah is one of our student workers.
Yes, ma'am.
And I had a project. And this young lady, she and Emily came, and we sprawled out these big papers and boards out on the floor, and we made some fantastic signs together. So I know that's a talent. I don't know if you can make signs as your talent.
No, I can't make a sign.
Now, have you been in pageants before?
Yes, I've been doing pageants since I was like 4 or 5 with Miss Brenda.
Oh, my gosh.
She helped me a lot.
Here you are. How does it feel for you to be the age you are now and to be doing pageants with Miss Brenda?
It feels very good. I know I'm comfortable around her, and I can be myself around her. And I know when I need straightening, I know who to go to.
Right.
I know that she's going to get me straight. She's going to make sure I do this right. And I'm going to be ready for this pageant on Saturday.
That's good. And you know what? You have learned so much through the years in doing pageants. How have you grown as a person?
My confidence has grown a lot. My talking skills, I needed help, and that grown too. And I got to meet a lot of new girls, and I make a lot of friends. I'm very funny.
You are funny.
I am funny. So, it's been very fun with all this.
And now here you are, you've progressed through the years. You've been doing pageant with Miss Brenda, so that's helped you, for one, to be comfortable in understanding how she operates.
Yes, ma'am.
And this pageant here, it's a scholarship pageant.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us how important it is for you to be able to win and to win that scholarship to help you for the future.
Well, in the future, I plan to be a nurse practitioner, and I also want to be a flight attendant.
Oh, my goodness.
To travel the world, and I think it's very important that I get this scholarship so to help me to better my future and go to college.
Well, a flight attendant, we need you. A nurse practitioner, we need you. How you can merge both of them, we got to figure that out.
We got to figure that out, but we're going to figure it out.
And for your talent piece, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be doing a resuscitation by Maya Angelou, Phenomenal Woman.
Maya Angelou is one of my favorites, as well as Phenomenal Woman. And that piece, Phenomenal Woman, it's one, you need to be a woman.
You need to be a woman.
To deliver that piece.
Very strong piece.
And so how are you preparing yourself to be believable when you recite such a very strong piece that means so much to us women?
Well, I'm very confident in myself, and my mama has always taught me to be a young lady. So I know this piece will help me just be confident in myself and just to recite it.
This is going to be great. I'm looking forward to it because I've recited that before, and I know what it does to a woman to be able to do that. And we're excited for what is happening with you, how you are changing, how you're evolving. Give some words of comfort out there, because here's the thing. You say you've got high confidence. You've been doing this for a while, but not everybody has.
everybody.
And so a lot of times a person who's very confident can make it seem as though, it can make some others feel a little bit intimidated. So what words do you want to say to help those young women?
To not always be intimidated, that you should be you anytime, any day, that you should show your confidence and be yourself all the time.
Phenomenal woman.
Phenomenal.
Congratulations in
Thank you.
advance. I'm so proud of you. She's a phenomenal woman. Bring it on in, darling. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Now, please, we want you to share with us. Tell us all about you. Tell us about your family, things that you're involved in, and tell us about you being in this pageant. You ready? Go for it.
Well, my name is Tiana Tanner. I'm a sophomore at West Orange High School. I am in FCCLA, Anchor Club, and Beta Club, and I also volunteer at Dublin City Teen Court.
Very good. That team court is amazing.
Yes, it is.
I've had the opportunity to be able to sit in on some cases. It's like real life. Tell us about what you do with teen court.
I sit on a jury, and I do the verdict about what the person has done.
And so look at this experience that you're getting. You're involved in a lot of clubs. You're academically sound. And now you're part of a pageant. Have you been in pageants before?
No, actually, this is my very first pageant.
Oh, my Lord. What made you decide to want to be a part of this pageant?
I decided to be a part of this pageant because it was very different. It's something that I never done before, and it was outside of my comfort zone as well.
Is it still out of your comfort zone?
I'm kind of getting into it a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's working.
And, a lot of times we have our own expectations about what something is, that just that unknown. Tell us about how your experience has been working with Miss Brenda, meeting some of these young ladies, some you know and some you don't. How's that been?
My experience has been very well. It was not as I thought it was going to be, but it turned out to be even better than what I actually thought it was going to be.
Oh, my gosh. Look at you. You're growing. So you're going to have a piece where it's going to be choreographed, that initial part, right? Now, are you good at choreography?
Yes, I am.
Very good. And then the piece where you're going to have to be interviewed. Are you used to being interviewed?
No, I'm not.
Oh, my gosh. But you're doing it right now. And, I think it's important, that people realize that it's not always easy interviewing. And so when people watch you from the screen, they think, oh, I can do that, until you're right here. And now, so there's so many different aspects of this as well as talent. What is your talent?
I am going to be saying a poem by Maya Angelou as well.
What is the name of it?
Still I Rise.
Y'all better quit this. That's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. I mean, anytime that you recite Maya Angelou, where there's so much in-depth meaning and there's so many different hidden innuendos about the work that she does and how heavy it is, what have you been doing to prepare to make this the piece that's your own?
I actually say it inside of a mirror, and I face the mirror and I recite the poem over and over until I really feel confident about the poem.
That's good. And this is another thing that helps me when it comes to a piece like this. So first you got to memorize it, like front and backwards, upside down. And then you have to put that emotional piece into it. You ready for it?
Yes, I am.
All right, so here it is, your first pageant, and you're ready to go out there and get it?
Yes, I am.
Encourage some people out there who really want to step out. A lot of young people have a hard time stepping outside of that comfort zone, that fear of being judged, being on that stage and all eyes on them. Tell them, give them some encouraging words as this being your first time.
I would have to say to always be yourself and to make sure that you're prepared. You have to prepare yourself. You can't just go out there and just freehand anything, and stay true to yourself as well.
Very good. You stay true to yourself. All right? You got this. Good to see you, darling. So excited about these young ladies. We are winding down. Lord have mercy. This looks like another one of my middle schoolers. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
The floor is yours, young lady.
My name is Ija Williams. I am the daughter of Rashonda and Leon Anderson. I attend East Lawrence High School, and I am a junior. I am part of the Chorus Club, Beta Club, FCCLA, and I do travel softball, and I am an actor, a model, and a singer.
Wait 1 minute, woman. So you're doing all of these things. I mean, you have definitely stepped out. How does that feel?
It feels great. I have come a long way with my shyness and confidence and just everything.
You see how I'm looking at you, right? What year did I have you? What grade were you in?
6th, I think.
6th grade. And now to see you and listen to the things that you're involved in. I mean, you're very active. I mean, you're doing performance. I mean, you're doing everything. And now you're doing this pageant. Now, had you done pageants before?
I've done a pageant like when I was maybe 4.
It's a little different, isn't it?
It's very different.
How has your experience been with these young ladies?
It's great. It's very great. I get to bond with all the girls and meet new girls that I've never met before, new personalities, and just, I love them.
And that's such a good thing, isn't it? I mean, to be in a whole different setting, you're meeting young ladies that some you don't know, and now here it is. You're becoming sisters. This is truly a sisterhood, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And now, listen, so your talent, you could be doing anything.
Yeah.
What have you decided upon?
I decided to sing. I've been singing for a long time, and I think I've mastered it. Don't want to toot my own horn.
Right.
But, yeah, I think I've mastered it, and
That's
I think
good.
I got it.
So we're excited. We're excited about what this whole event is for you, what it's doing for you, and how it's going to help you grow to be even a better person at the end. All right? Good to see you, little mama. Oh, my gosh. I tell you, this is great. Making me want to be a part of a pageant. All right, we've got the last one with us. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to see you, Mrs. Zellner.
Nice to see you, too.
Now, you've done pageants before.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. You have. Tell us all about your family. We want to know about your family, and tell us about these things that you're involved in. And here you go again, another pageant.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Piper Nicole Zellner. I am a senior at Dublin High School, and I'm also a student at Oconee Fall Line Technical College, and this is my 2nd year. I'm in the Beta Club. I am the co-captain of the tennis team at Dublin High School, and I'm a model. I got signed with Halo Models and Talent about 2 or 3 years ago. I received my certificate from Barbizon USA, and I also model for GG Formals here in Dublin.
Look at you, woman. I should have known you were still modeling.
Yes, ma'am.
That is fantastic. And you know, for you, you've done this before.
Yes, ma'am.
And how did you do before?
Before, I feel like I did really mediocre, but it was better than how I did in the past with other pageants.
And so what's changed about you? Because there's always something that you have to learn,
Yes,
a
ma'am.
takeaway that will help you in the future. So what has happened? What has changed? What things are you doing differently to be a better you?
I've learned to study the content more. I've learned to just express myself more on the stage and not to be afraid of what, you know, a judge is going to say or what, you know, somebody in the audience is going to say, because at the end of the day, this is my performance.
Yes,
so I
it
have
is.
to learn how to own it. That's what I've learned to do.
And how does it feel when those curtains open for the first time and everybody's looking at you like, you know, how does that feel? Because it's that anticipation, I know,
Yes,
when you're backstage, all of the movement, all the moving pieces to get you ready to get on stage. When that curtain opens,
Yes, ma'am.
what are you feeling, Miss Zellner?
I get butterflies in my stomach. I get really nervous and I get hot, but it's excitement and it's joy and it's happiness, and it's just, it's just a really good feeling when you have done pageants before and when you're doing this pageant and you know that you want to do it. It's just a really good feeling.
It's a great feeling, and the fact that we talked about with some of them who have done pageants before, and to see how they've grown, and to be able to go back out there and continue doing it and to learn from it, it's wonderful.
Yes,
Now, your parents, I know they're excited. What do they say? What's your daddy saying?
My dad, he's actually really supportive in like my pageants and everything. He's really happy that I'm doing them. Him and my mom, they're kind of like helping me to be more of myself in me doing these pageants and going back and telling them what all I'm doing, what all I need to work on. They're really big and supportive on that.
Your parents are great at pushing you towards greatness.
Yes, ma'am.
Because they see what's in you, and then they're just continuing to push you. And your talent, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to do a poem, basically like a spoken word by Wilton Antonio McCrae, and it's entitled Black Woman.
Y'all are making me super proud here, just to hear, as a creative artist myself, and to hear as far as your talent, the creativity, and how you're going to really be able to express yourself on stage. It's exciting.
Yes, ma'am.
It is so exciting, and we cannot wait for this to take place. And you are our last one here, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we want to remind people, Saturday, September the 21st at 5 p.m. at the Dublin High School Auditorium, it's going to take place, the Miss Black Dublin Scholarship Pageant. We want you to get your tickets. You can get your tickets from Dublin Housing Authority for $10 in advance or at the door for $12. These young ladies here, as you can tell from the interviews, they are really outstanding. And to hear how they're able to express themselves, and to really that self-awareness is what I'm seeing in all of you, which shows growth, which shows that they're maturing, and that shows that they are here for real and here to stay. So we're excited. Thank you, Ms. Zellner.
Thank you.
This has been wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
To see you grow up is fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been wonderful. We hope to see you all there. That's all the time we have here for Real Talk here on TV 35. So please keep watching.